Greetings, gastronauts. Mutton is now in Vigo in northwestern Spain in Galicia. Now, when I arrived here, I thought maybe I've booked in a place in an industrial fishing port or something like that. And whilst there is some truth about it being a big port, it's also a gastronomic haven. It's good value as well. So, gastronauts, join me on my little tour of Vigo. Now, after the heady excesses of the football and Porto, I've cut back a bit, so the stuff I'm going to bring you food-wise will be taken at different meal times on different days, because I can't have so much in one go. So if you say, oh, he's wearing a different shirt, then that's the reason. Anyway, what they do have a lot of in Vigo and all over Spain are set lunches, which are tremendous value, often even less than €10. Now, there were some in Portugal for 6 or 7. I didn't actually try one, but let's go and find some lunch because I'm pretty hungry. So for those of you who don't know Vigo, it is actually pretty hilly. It doesn't have many flat areas, but I did spot something rather interesting. A street called the Gran Via, which is a common name for the main street in Spanish cities, where instead of you having toilet hills, they have escalators. But in case you all think, oh, Mutton, you lazy sod, what do you think you're doing? Well, I just have to say, first of all, I'm already pretty knackered from going uphill to get here, and it was a massive detour between the place where we started the video and the place we're going to end up for lunch. It's also quite hot, so jolly decent of them to provide a bit of cover here. And the only other place I've seen this in is Santander in northern Spain. Now, it's quite possible that there are other places with this. Let me know in the comments if you know of anywhere like this. I'd have thought San Francisco could do with a few of these, and maybe they have now. They didn't when I was last year there, but that was many, many years ago. Every little section of staircase is a different colour. And of course the next one isn't working, so Mutton isn't going to get away with not doing a bit of climbing uphill. And this is very pleasant as well, somewhere for people to stick their electronic devices in with USB ports for recharging. Really very thoughtful way. That's enough of my waffling about escalators and charging points. Let's get back to the main event, which is the set lunch. So here indeed is an example of such a menu. €12, you get a choice of starter and a choice of second. You usually get a drink thrown in as well. And this is a very popular place, Bar Comercio, famous for its steak and seafood. Now, I'm going to eat here on another day, so I'll go somewhere else this time, but they have 2 menus, one at $9.50, one at 12. No, just maybe one at 12, and you get a drink, bread, dessert and coffee plus your 2 courses. Quite a choice there. A salad, a kind of lasagna or croquetas, and then a main course of steak, chicken cachopo, which is an Asturian dish which we'll be bringing you later, and salmon. So one thing you shouldn't get confused about is the difference between menu and carta. Menu in Spain means a fixed menu, and you usually only see them at lunchtime. Carta actually means the card as in the menu card which you choose your dishes from. Of course you can get menus in the evening, but they tend to be the expensive gastronomic types of menu. So I'm going to try this place if I can get in. $11.50, pasta salad or fried beans, and then a piece of beef or squid in its own ink for the main. So at the moment in Spain you have to wear masks indoors and out, and the waitress was pretty strict, so you know I had to have it on until I started eating or drinking, which I suppose is a good thing. It's a lot stricter than in the UK. So the beverages and bread have arrived. The glass of wine I had inclusive of the meal, and the water I paid extra for. This place is actually very close to my hotel, so I could do with taking some more back to my room. Well, here we are, fish is starting. Not a bad wine actually for the house wine with the set meal. Goes very nicely with these hubas, which are sort of like small fried anchovies. More actually of a southern Spanish dish, but you see them all over Spain. So the main arrived pretty quickly afterwards, so let's pan down and have a look at it. Now this is a typical Galician dish. It's squid cooked in its own ink, called chocas en su tinta, and it's made with rice and a few vegetables, and I'm really looking forward to it because if they do this in a big batch it probably should be pretty good. That really is good. Don't be put off by the colour of the rice or anything because it's a local classic. The strong flavours of the squid permeate every grain of rice. I can't quite put into words how squiddy this tastes, but I'm loving it, loving every mouthful. And of course the bits of squid in the dish. So tender, so fresh. A lot of places when they make rice or pasta dishes out of seafood, you get all the stale rubbish that's thrown in. Hard prawns, squid, you name it, but not here. So, that was really good, really flavoursome. I'm glad I came here, maybe I lucked out a bit. Now often a dessert's thrown in, and coffee, or sometimes all coffee, but I'm more interested in the coffee. I'm quite satisfied with what I've already had. So a dessert was indeed offered, but I'm afraid I passed. I saw other people having it, and it actually did look quite nice. It was some sort of tart, but I'm not good on tart, so I couldn't tell you what it was. But of course, naturally I have taken coffee. And here it is. It's a light roasted coffee, but it looks short and strong. Just the ticket. Coffee is indeed good. It's Cafe Montecillo, not heard of it, but it's of good quality. No complaints about this at all. So there we are, ladies and gents. The princely sum of $13.30, and it was that much because I paid an extra $1.80 for this big bottle of water, which I'm going to take back to my room. Well, there we are, ladies and gents. Hope you enjoyed that one. I'm having a great time here in Vigo. Interesting place, a little bit off the tourist radar, but the food is cheap, the portion sizes are pretty decent, and the quality is very high. So I would encourage you all to come to Vigo if you get the chance. Okay, it's not the place to lie down on a sandy beach if that's what you prefer. It has some history. I'm going to show you the old town in another video. Anyway, please remember, as always, like, share and subscribe. I'll see you on the next one. And don't forget, you You can't beat a bit of mutton.